I think there's aspirational ice cream that I wish I was.
Good point, Eric.
You know, I think there's like ice creams. I'm like, yeah, it's dark and
like what? What is that?
It's mysterious and it's like this bitter, dark chocolate with all these dark thoughts. I'm vanilla. I'm like vanilla soft serve.
True. My career, I feel like in a lot of ways has been these like kind of pockets of time with different men, and I tend to be making out with a lot of them. Yeah, but you're right. They're all so lovely and different. And Dominic was like the first person I had an on-screen kiss with. He was someone I was learning how to hit a mark around, and he had been in the business for a long time, so I haven't thought about him in ages, but that kind of pocket of time was so scary for me. So it was interesting to have a man who had just, been around the block and he'd done it a bunch, and it was whatever, old hat for him. And then obviously I had Tom and then Michael for years, the two of them, and Tom was a joy. He was like a safe place to be around. We were super comfortable with each other. We had an ease. We weren't like buddies, but we felt safe so that we could like be deeply in love, and it wasn't something scary. And then Michael and I had like a needling relationship, and we continued to have that. But we became really close, and that brought like this. I loved working with him, and I felt like I could take risks as an actor with him. And then, gosh, Jay Ryan, and there's just been, oh my God, there's a lot, and you for a while.
I was there. Photograph.
Yeah.
So appearing.
It just didn't it wasn't for very long.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Did we go to prom together? No, we didn't go to prom.
No,
Did we go
I
to
left.
You died.
I left and then died.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rossif has been a joy to work with. It's been a lovely experience, and do I wish my career wasn't like man to man to man to man? Maybe a little bit, but they're all so lovely, and I've been really lucky that way.
I've kind of made a career for myself of playing a lot of horrible people. I've played a lot of bad guys in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different time periods. I'm just like bad all through history. And in space. So being the good guy would be really fun. I think, speaking of Star Wars, Andor was amazing.
Oh, wow.
I mean, to be a part of that show, the writing was so good. It was awesome. So
Yeah, really good show.
What's wild is like I get sucked into TV just like you guys do, and it's like when I'm a part of the show, that illusion just doesn't exist anymore because you've seen behind the curtain. It's not the same. So for me, the further away I am from the show, the more I can resonate with it. So yeah, it would be really cool to do something in Game of Thrones and not be a bad guy. That'd be cool.
Aren't they all like gray characters?
Very morally gray.
Yeah.
But maybe I could have just been a good
You
guy.
could be morally gray, not bad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think for me, I always think of, I can't think of everything. Like, I can't think of things always in the moment, but it's always Anne of Green Gables. Like, I've always wanted to play Anne Shirley. And I never will because I'm elderly now and I don't have red hair and freckles, but that's fine. I played Lana Lang. She was supposed to have red hair. That's okay. But yes, I always, like, she has my heart. I love that character so much. Although villains would also be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're villains, you don't have to like go from guy to guy to guy. That you don't get the person at the end.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey.
Villains.
You don't get the person at the end.
I could stalk them and then kill them.
See?
I always read books, especially when I was in my shy years, which would have been from season 1 through season 5. So for a long time, I just read books. And then mostly we just chatted. I think I had conversations, and you get to know people, and you just talk about nonsense and get to know their lives. And, I think that's all we really did. Did you do anything interesting?
I don't know. I'm vanilla ice cream. I think For me, I just love the process. So I'm a nerd. I like being around even when there's scenes I'm not in, and I hate sitting alone in my trailer because the company is awful. And
birthday cake.
It's like a birthday cake with no one to share it with. So I like being on set, and like I love our crews that we work with, and getting to meet them and know their stories, and just seeing like it's a big puzzle, and there's no one way to do it. So every time you get a new director or new actors, you can learn something. So I think that's what I like about it, is that every day is a little different. And so to me, there's always something new to watch and learn.
It's true.
I'm just a nerd for it. So that's I just like being there. The military guy, the buzz cut, my hair will do that, right? So it was like, even as a kid, you're like, oh yeah, that's who you'd be. So it's a hair thing. So just because
Can I
the
see?
hair.
Just
oh like,
yeah, yeah, good.
Yeah.
So I got like troll doll hair. So
Okay. I have so many memories from that shoot. It was so much fun, and it was also mayhem and dangerous. But I remember just we worked a lot of nights on the hot Bangkok nights, doing crazy stunts that probably weren't safe.
Yeah.
We worked 6 days a week. They pushed it 1 week, and I worked 13 days straight, and it was like stunts and nights and insanity. And I was on wires almost every day, jumping off of like cranes. I was doing, I think it's the last time I did a front handspring in my life. I hadn't done them for years, and I was doing front handsprings and jumping around. And I just remember all of these crazy evenings of insanity and having a lot of like fishball soup. I don't know, a lot of people probably don't love fish balls. I love fish balls. I love fishball soup. It's delicious. There's, anyway, the texture for people, it's not always their favorite. But yeah, it was incredible.
I think the most rewarding part of it for me is, honestly, it's the people. Every experience is different, and as I've gotten older, I've really learned to not focus on the outcomes. Like, it's awesome when you do something and then you can go sit in a room with a bunch of people and talk about it because they loved what you did. But sometimes the things you love the most and you hope for the most, they might not ever get seen. And so you have to separate yourself from the outcome because it's out of your control, and focus on what the process was. And it's also a great way for me to stay excited, because some days you are kind of doing the same thing again, and it's a long day, and you're doing a page full of exposition that doesn't make sense, and so just a way of staying and appreciating the moment for what it is. And then I think for advice, one of the things I love about this convention right now is I've seen people that I've worked with or have known for 20 years. And no matter what your career is, there's going to be ups and downs and periods where you're not working. I've been through it, and it's tough. And so you just stick with it. And because you just don't know. And you do it because you love it. And it doesn't matter if, just because you're not working doesn't mean that you're not good, and it doesn't mean that you don't have value. And so like seeing some friends here that Emily Hampshire's here. She's here for 12 Monkeys. Emily and I did a movie together when I was 19, she was 18 years old. I was still living in my hometown. So to still be doing it is like, you just sign up for the long haul. It's not a 3-year tour of duty. Like, you just sign up for it and you just stick with it. Good things happen. It's just staying with it.
That was a very positive answer. Yeah, it's funny, I was working on a show, and all of the old timers, come in for their roles, and they all know each other. They've all been working together for their entire lives. And I was like, oh, that is what this is. If you stick with it long enough, you know everybody, and you've all been through it together, and I think it's quite beautiful. But I agree with Eric. I think the most rewarding parts of this job are the people. I think that is absolutely true. the real connections you make, the challenges that you go through together, the bonds that you build. Some of my closest friends I've worked with, because you get to create and you get to go through tough stuff, and you spend so many hours in each other's company. And even the people that you see for one day, you get to be privy to their lives and hear about their experiences and have these close moments. And I don't know that every job's like that. It doesn't feel like it is. I think that we also work with so many different people.
Yeah.
So many different people. And we jump from show to show, and it's just this variety. And so we get this privilege of having all these experiences in our own lives, and that's awesome.
We hope you enjoyed these panel highlights from DragonCon. That's all we can show you here, but if you want to see the full panel and much more, go to dragoncon.tv. You can sign up for a membership for $10 to see panels from the most recent DragonCon and years past. And this isn't $10 a week or a month. It's $10 for a 1-year membership. So check out dragoncon.tv, and of course come back to Fandom Spotlight for more panel highlights and full panels from many other conventions. Enjoy!
Hi, this is Aaron Ashmore, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe like now. Oh, and have fun and follow your fandom.